Part two of my rant, my talking about um, gender-based violence, and obviously, as I said in part one, this was mostly it triggered me because of I know I have firsthand experience, and I know quite a lot of women, like firsthand knowledge of people that have been killed by their partner. And that kind of like just brought me back, just reading the stories of all these women who have gone through this, the hardship, the killing, the premeditation, just senseless. It's almost like senseless murders of someone's child, someone's daughter, someone's mother, just because you can't take no. And well, the man can't take, whoever killed the killed the woman can't take no for an answer. And it's so hard to kind of comprehend how we as mothers or grandmothers of these men, boys who grow up to be men, who are capable of or have the capacity to actually murder another person's either mother, daughter, wife. I don't know where have we gone wrong as either in society or just as mothers. Where have we actually gone wrong? Because I was reading one of the other stories about a young university student who wanted to pick up a parcel at a post office, and the parcel was probably already at the post office. And the man said, "Well, why don't you come tomorrow at 2:00 and pick it up?" But 2:00, the post office was closed on that day, and she knew it would be closed on that day. But the man said, "Well, come tomorrow, 2:00. You'll have your package." And she comes in. He opens the door. He rapes her, and instead of just rape her and let her go, or if that's how you've already violated this woman. You've already, the fact that he actually asked her to come the next day when he knew full well that the post office where he works every day is going to be closed. So to me, it's already like premeditation. So this is not even a person who knows somebody. It's just a person who sees this girl come to the counter and he thinks, do you know what? In his brain, he's going, I could rape that girl. So already, this is like crazy minds. I'm just thinking, we have gone wrong somewhere. I don't know whether this used to happen in the 1800s or 1700s or even the beginning of the 19th century. I don't know whether it used to happen, but I think the prevalence of it happening in this day and age is so much more than what is considered natural. Because there is no way a person can just wake up in the morning, see a young girl who's walking in the street, and decide, I'll kidnap her. And once I've kidnapped her, I will murder her after. Because you're still murdering a person, you're going to get caught. So you think that by killing, if you go to prison for rape, well, it's better to go to prison for rape and murder rather than just rape. Better not to go to prison at all because you've already violated a person. But why go to all the... oh my God. It's just the extent of it. I'm just like, I personally feel like us as mothers, we are going wrong somewhere with this generation. We have gone wrong. We are missing something, an ingredient of raising our children to respect women, raising our male children, because I am 100% sure that every single person or every woman has heard or either experienced or have had firsthand another woman who's either been violated, raped, killed by a family member or their husband or their ex-boyfriend or their boyfriend. It's just, the math is not mathing, because that's almost half the population. It's everybody. It's almost like, if you put it into context, we are saying, I'm not saying it's half the male population or 3/4 of the male population. I'm just saying there's something wrong in our society. There is just, I see, it's so sad just for me to think about. It's sad to think, what can we do as women? Because there's no rehabilitation at this point, because these people have already decided this is what they want to do. But we have to start like young. We have to start somewhere. We have to start before their minds are formed to become a killer. Because, I mean, obviously we have, there's killers everywhere. There's murderers everywhere and psychopaths and whatnot. But if you're talking about the stories that I hear, these are people who are going to work, have a functioning job, high profile, functioning in a high functioning capacity. You come home, you decide the wife didn't put the dishes in the dishwasher. So what is the best thing to do? Kill it. it's hard to understand. So for me to come to this, I have just decided, because I personally know, I'm not saying a lot of women, I know women who have been murdered by their husbands and their respective others. And what I'm going to do, this is part 2. I'm not going to talk about, I was just going to talk about women that I don't know, that I was reading about. But in part 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, 7, I am going to give each woman that I know their own segment, because it's so hard. Like I said earlier, it triggered me because, I had friends who 1 minute they're talking to you on the phone, and then the next minute you hear on the news that so-and-so was found murdered. And you're like, but I was just talking to her on the phone. I was on the phone with her. So these are some of the things that just got me thinking that I think we as women and we as mothers just need to keep on talking about it. Do not stop. Keep talking about it, because the more we talk about it, the more, and we cannot justify, we cannot accuse a woman. We cannot stop and say, oh, it was her fault. She's the one who answered him back, or she's the one who, she should have gone away. She should have just let him keep talking, or she should have put the dishes away, or whatever. We have the blame. I think we keep quiet too much. We blame each other too much. We blame the victim too much. And we need to stop blaming the victim. We need to start seeing the signs. We need to start seeing the signs of these young boys who then end up growing to become the murderers. We need to stop it, like nip it in the bud before it becomes it kills somebody's child. It becomes I can understand mental health issues. I can understand, the people who are already suffering some sort of, mental issue. But from all the stories, especially in the South African, or even the ones that I was reading about the Zimbabwean people, these are men who go to work. They're nurses. The person's an accountant. Their husband is an accountant. Their husband is a nurse, or he's a carer, or he is a fully functioning, he's a teacher, he's a fully functioning person, wakes up in the morning and goes to work. So what creates that monster, what creates that monster in him for one day, 1 hour, 1 minute, where he decides that I cannot, why can we not put an end? We have to find a way to put an end to it. And the only way we can put it, we cannot rely as human being, as society, we cannot rely on talking about it once something has happened. We need to stop it before it actually happens. And stopping it before it happens starts now, when your child is still growing up. Please, mothers of sons, we all know that your sons, everybody knows that your son, you can even see that child is developing psychopathic tendencies. Just try and get them therapy. I know in the Black community, therapy is not a thing to do. As such, you probably send them to church, which I'm not going to comment on the church, because church is just another story altogether. But I'm going to talk about all the people that I have known, or the women that have sadly missed the growing up of their children just because a man came home and decided that this is your day and this is your